Welcome back to our journey through Laravel. Today, we're diving deep into the world of middleware, a powerful concept that helps us protect and enhance our Laravel applications. So, what exactly is middleware? Middleware acts as a bridge between the incoming HTTP requests and our application's logic. It provides a way to filter and modify requests before they reach our application's routes or controllers. Think of middleware as a gatekeeper, allowing only authorized requests to pass through. Laravel offers several types of middleware out of the box, each serving a specific purpose. Global middleware, applied to every HTTP request that enters your application. Route middleware, assigned to specific routes or groups of routes, allowing for more granular control. Controller middleware, applied directly to controller methods to handle request validation or authentication. Now let's go to the middleware folder and to the kernel file. Here we can find our middlewares and register new middlewares. Let's explore what we have. The first array is middlewares that are global for all the requests, and as a beginner we don't need to touch those. Next there is middlewares for all the web requests and for the API requests. For example, the throttle middleware in the API protect our Laravel application from DOS attacks because it allows only 60 requests per minute from the same person. Then there is the middleware aliases. Those are middlewares that we use when needed and we will explore them. There is a middleware called auth. Let's go and see what is inside of it. Let's go to the authenticate file and explain it. The method signature indicates that it is a protected method named redirectTo that accepts a request object as its argument. It returns a nullable string, which means it can return either a string, a URL, or null. Inside the method, there is a conditional statement that checks if the incoming request expects a JSON response. The expects JSON method on the request object is a convenient way to determine if the client expects a JSON response based on the request's accept header. If the request expects JSON returns true, the method returns null. This means that no redirection should occur, and the request will continue processing as expected. If the request does not expect JSON, i.e., it expects HTML or another non-JSON response, the method returns the route named login. This means that the user should be redirected to the login page. In summary, this method determines where to redirect the user after an unsuccessful authentication attempt based on the type of response expected by the client. If the client expects JSON, no redirection occurs. Otherwise, the user is redirected to the login page. This behavior ensures proper handling of authentication failures in both web and API contexts. Next, let's go to the guest middleware and see it. The file for it is the redirect if authenticated file. Let's explore what's inside of it. The first line initializes the guards variable. This variable holds the authentication guards that should be checked during the authentication process. If guards is empty, it defaults to null, which means it checks the default guard. Otherwise, it uses the provided guards. The for each loop iterates over each guard specified in the guards array. For each guard, it checks if the user is authenticated using auth check. This method checks if the user is logged in using the specified guard. If the user is authenticated for any of the guards, it redirects the user to the root service provider home route. The root service provider home route typically points to the home page of the application, which is the default landing page after successful authentication. If none of the guards indicate that the user is authenticated, the middleware calls the next closure to continue processing the request. This ensures that if the user is not authenticated for any guard, the request continues through the middleware stack, allowing other middleware to handle it or reach the root handler. In summary, this code inside the auth middleware checks if the user is authenticated using one of the specified guards. If the user is authenticated, it redirects them to the home page. If not, it allows the request to continue to the next middleware in the stack. This mechanism helps enforce authentication for routes that require users to be logged in. In the next video we will try the token-based authentication and then we will see how we can use the middleware auth to protect our routes. If you like this video and want to support the channel, check the Buy Me a Coffee link down below. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.